Hi there, it's Carrie here from KRLC Studio. If you're new here to my channel and to this series, I'm really excited that you're here to join us. And today's video, I am going to share with you today recording with and without your face. So namely, we're talking about doing a headshot and also doing voiceovers. So a headshot is when what you see here is when you're talking and that your viewer can actually see your face. And a voiceover is an audio track that you use as you're demonstrating your tutorial to your viewers. So let's start with our headshot. This can be a really scary thing for most creators when they're doing tutorials. But what tips can I give you for doing a really good headshot? Well, make yourself presentable. Comb your hair, put on some makeup, if that's you, brush your teeth, wear colors that look good on you and flatters your face. Next, sit up straight. Yep, like your mama always used to say, still applies here. When filming, you want your head to be in the middle of your shot. Unless you're going to include some text beside your headshot, then you'd make sure your face is off to the side of your screen so you have the room to put your text. Next, you don't want too much room on top of your screen. Your head should measure an equal amount on the top and the bottom of your screen, like you see here. And get rid of excess clutter. Try to make your background as simple as possible so your viewer is focused on you and not what's behind you. Some artists set up a whole studio background, but since I don't have that capability, I try to do my best. I record in my studio, which makes sense, but I also try to have things neat and tidy behind me. Don't be too far away or too close to your camera. This is the same for when you're demonstrating your project. I mentioned this in the last video, recording do's and don'ts. Next, practice what you're going to say and be as natural as you can. I'm still working on this one. It's not necessarily about what you're saying, but about feeling really vulnerable on camera. I get it, I know. Just breathe and try to relax. The more you do it, the easier it does become. And make sure your lighting is right. If you have any distinct shadows, it can look dark. You want to present yourself in a good light that your viewers feel drawn to. Remember, lighting is important. I think having some headshots for your tutorials is important because then your viewer gets to know what you look like and who's the artist behind the tutorial. It's part of building that relationship that I mentioned before. However, you don't need to have a headshot for all of your videos. Just once in a while is a good practice. Now let's talk about filming without your face, and this is a voiceover. This can be an easier option for doing your tutorials. Some artists don't even use voiceovers. Some use quiet, soft music in the background as they're demonstrating the tutorial. This is an alternative as well, but there are definitely some best practices when using music in your tutorials. And we're going to chat about using music in your tutorials in a later video. Whether you do a voiceover or use quiet music in the background, these can be used interchangeably as you're doing a journal with me or demonstrating a new skill kind of tutorial. Well, Carrie, how do I do a voiceover? Well, to start, you need a really good microphone like you see here. This is the one that I use, and you can purchase this or any other microphone on Amazon. I purchased this for about $25, and it's a really good quality. When I record as I'm demonstrating, I don't care if I'm listening to some music or there are loud noises, because I delete the audio track from the video when I edit. This really helps me to be comfortable, and I don't feel rehearsed or pressured to perform per se. Second, I still make sure I make my list of supplies and have everything prepped before I film. But if I do forget something, then when I edit, I make sure I take that out. I don't want to give too much away about editing, as this will be our next video. Before I include my voiceover track in my video, I delete things like gluing, drawing, painting, cutting, inking, and anything that sucks up time and that is not relevant to my tutorial. We all know how to glue, cut, and paste. Don't draw out your tutorial by including mundane steps. After I edit my video, I then use a free software called OBS Studio. The downloadable link is in my description if you'd like to use it. I will also leave a tutorial link from Justin Brown from Primal Video on how to use OBS Studio, step by step for beginners. It's really super simple to use and it's free to download. You can use a script. Mostly when it comes to voiceovers, however, I record my voice as I'm watching the edited video I just made, and that way I know what to say and when to say it. Then after I've recorded my audio, I put it with my video track I've just edited. Then I edit my audio track with my video. And remember, if you mess up, just stop talking, collect yourself, and then continue to say what you were going to say. Don't turn off the camera, just start speaking again. You can record for as long as you need to and then edit your audio track when you put it with your video. When you're recording, use a strong but a soft voice. I'm also practicing this too. When I get excited, my voice naturally rises and I don't even know that I'm doing it, so slow down. Watch your volume. I've actually had to turn down my volume as I'm editing my videos because I'm just too loud or too excited. This can be another strategy that you can use, just lowering the volume in your video as you edit. You need to have a confident balance in your voice, and this does take practice. Your voice should be animated, but not to the point where it's annoying. I'm personally drawn to tutorials where their voice is soothing to listen to. And there are some tutorials that I completely avoid because their voice is so loud, I feel that they're screaming at me. Another great tip is be confident in what you're saying. I've seen videos where artists kind of go on and they're not really sure what they're saying and they end their sentences like a question. And try to avoid these certain words or phrases while you're doing a voiceover. Actually gluing the actual glue down to the actual page that we're actually doing. Actually. So this is what I'm showing you so you can understand, so you know. I'm practicing this too. Using like redundantly, like the paper like down on the like table with the floor, like as you can see, like I'm doing the like gluing to like the page, like you know. And of course, having a script will help with this one. I'm sure there's others that I've missed, but these are the main ones that have stuck out in my mind. Well, that does it for this video. If I've forgotten anything, please leave it in our comments below so all can share. Thanks for watching, and join me next week for our next exciting video, editing. How, when, and where. And of course, don't forget, a little bit of what you fancy does you good.